Google camera doesn't work on phones with MediaTek chips. Nah, that's just a myth. It used to be true, but that's not exactly the case anymore. It's still a little hard, but that's why we YouTubers exist, to make things easy for you. So, subscribe. Let's first see how to install GCam on the Narzo 2030 Pro and configure it. Go to the description, you can find the GCam and configuration file links, download both, install the GCam APK and open it. Now, swipe down, go to settings, configs, save, give any random name. Now go to the file manager, phone storage, now go to downloads folder and you can find that configuration file that you just downloaded. Now copy or move the file, go to GCam configs 7, paste here. Now open GCam again, double tap near the shutter button, choose this and tap restore. That's it. Just make sure HDR Plus enhanced is enabled. Believe me, that results in beautiful pictures. Before we begin, a huge shout out to our sponsor Glazed Ink. Glazed Ink makes amazingly durable tempered glasses for a lot of phones, including the OnePlus Nord, Poco X3 and so on. What's special about Glazed Ink is, apart from a full glue edge-to-edge glass, they also provide a real curved tempered glass with actual 2.5D glass near the edges, which essentially eliminates the awkward gap on the sides, which you generally get from installing most other tempered glasses in the market. So do check out Glazed Ink, link in the description. Subscribers can use the promo code TJOCK to get 10% discount. When the lighting is good, surprisingly, the stock camera's color reproduction is almost as good as Google camera's color reproduction. You can hardly notice a difference in colors. Even if you do, it's just 1 out of 10 images, and that's pretty impressive. In terms of sharpness, once again, both are almost equally good. Barring a couple of instances like this, the stock camera app performs just as good as Google camera. Now, the stock camera tends to mess up the exposure every once in a while. Look at the bulb holder, completely overexposed, no details. Here, look at the leaper. Here, more of the sky is overexposed. I mean, this one is not a big deal, but just pointing out all the differences. Also, when it comes to moving subjects, mainly in windy conditions, GCam is better, hands down. You'll almost never come across motion blur unless the subject is moving like crazy, moving like crazy, moving like crazy. Anyway, it's not all roses for GCam here. Nailed it. No, seriously, look at these images. I like the stock camera's representation better. Weirdly, on the GCam photo, a part of the background is overexposed. Same here. So yeah, what I mean to convey is sometimes, maybe like 1 out of 5 times, the stock camera does a better job. When it comes to selfies though, GCam gets much better results. They have very good skin tones, they are much sharper, and in some challenging situations like this, the stock camera kind of messes up the image. It overexposes the image, as in the selfie is too brighter than it should be. And the details are smudged up too, kind of like what beauty mode does, except I didn't enable beauty mode here. And when it comes to selfie portraits, GCam destroys stock cam. The stock camera portraits are not even in the same pin code as GCam's portraits. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same about rear camera portraits. Google camera messes up the edge detection. Like here, a part of my shirt is blurred out, the entire phone is blurred, and even worse, in this case, a part of my face is blurred. Like, how did that happen? It's not like the stock camera portraits are perfect in all aspects, but still, overall they are far better. When it comes to low light though, the stock camera returns to the back seat. It's not just the blue chair that looks better on the Google camera photo, but also look at the floor, it's way sharper. Guys, don't skip the installation and configuration part that came in the beginning of this video. If you follow that process, you'll get amazing low light photos like these, even without enabling the night sight mode. Seriously, it looks like they were taken in 2 different lighting conditions. By the way, yes, of course, both camera apps also have a dedicated night mode. Realme's stock camera tends to increase the contrast significantly here, so the darker regions of the image are too dark. It doesn't look very natural. Google camera's night sight mode does a considerably better job here. Also, one more thing worth mentioning is the night mode on the stock camera app is not very reliable. In some cases, it doesn't even work. It just clicks a regular image instead. So here I had to get multiple shots from, slightly different angles. So I just wanted to check if it works in some angle. It did after like 5 to 6 attempts. And the result was not great anyway. So it's better to just stick to GCam for low light photography. So Google camera has performed better in many cases, sure, but it wasn't very dominant throughout the test. Rear camera portraits were awful, and regular images from the rear camera were not significantly better than the ones shot using the stock camera. Like you saw earlier, sometimes the stock camera does a better job. But still, 4 out of 5 times GCam renders the better picture, no doubts about that. And yeah, GCam selfies and selfie portraits are stunning. The stock camera has a few tricks up its sleeve though, like it can use the ultra-wide camera, of course it can, but this particular version of GCam crashes when you try to access the ultra-wide camera, or the macro camera for that matter. The stock camera has some cool night mode filters, GCam doesn't. Stock camera can get you those super high resolution 48 megapixel photos, GCam cannot. But these are all obvious limitations of using GCam, right? I mean, we want to use GCam just for that pure, raw, great image quality. The thing is, it's not like a typical camera comparison where you can pick only one side. Here, obviously, you will have both stock camera and Google camera installed on your Narzo 30 Pro. So for low light photography and selfies, definitely use GCam. And for rear camera portraits, definitely use the stock camera. So this is basically just a guide on which camera app to use in which situation. So you saw the video. I'm pretty sure you have a pretty good idea now. So there you go. Go ahead, click some beautiful pictures, post them on Twitter with the hashtag technologyjock. I don't know. It's up to you. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye and take care. Fun fact, I am shooting this video for the 4th time because the first 3 times my mic messed up. Long story. Anyway, I'm just so freaking tired now. It's